Good morning, I'm Maddie Jansen, and this is the podcast of 17 News at Sunrise. It's everything you need to know to start your day in about 15 minutes.
Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News at Sunrise.
Good morning. 2 people found dead in Lamont, but so far law enforcement is being tight-lipped on the investigation. We'll tell you what we know so far.
It's almost time to bust out the briquettes for another homeless center barbecue, and it's especially critical this year as we learn how homeless population locally continues to grow.
70 wishes for 70 years. Strata Credit Union playing fairy godmother for its big anniversary. We'll show you wish number 8 that helped bring a family back together. This is Friday, April 12th, 2019. Good morning. Great to have you with us. I'm Maddie Jansen alongside Tabitha Mills and Kevin Schrett. One of you made it back. Alex still under the weather.
Yeah, Alex is still under the weather. Talked to him yesterday, and I think he's trying to get one more day of recovery in. So we wish him the best. And it is finally Friday, and get out and enjoy it. It's going to be another nice day. We did see a little bit of a breeze yesterday afternoon pick up. Not expecting that today, at least not as strong. We're going to start out right near 54, 62 at noon, and then by 3 o'clock, mostly sunny and northwest wind at 5 and 70 degrees. Into the mountains to Hatchby, you're at 41 right now, a west-northwest wind at 9. As we take a look at the day, starting out in the 40s, we'll look at 50s this afternoon. I do expect it to be a little breezy this afternoon for you once again. And then we take a look at the golf forecast. If you want to hit the greens, well, 8 a.m. we'll be at 53, 11 o'clock, mostly sunny and 60, and by 2, if you're getting a late start, right near 67.
This morning, the Kern County Sheriff's Office continues to investigate a double homicide in Lamont. We brought this to you as breaking news last night at 11. KCSO responded to a call around 6 o'clock. Officers found 2 bodies on Collision Street just off of Main Street. Detectives had much of the street blocked off last night. According to our KGET homicide tracker, so far this year, there have been 21 homicides. We have several calls out to KCSO for more information. We'll bring you an update as soon as we have more information. You can download our 17 News app to get the latest news and weather information sent straight to your phone.
The man accused of killing a Newman police officer has entered a not guilty plea. Paolo Mendoza is charged with murder in the shooting death of Corporal Ronil Singh during a traffic stop the day after Christmas. After an extensive manhunt, Mendoza was arrested at a home south of Bakersfield 55 hours after he allegedly killed Singh. The case was put on hold in January to determine if Mendoza was mentally fit to stand trial. Yesterday, after being examined by a psychiatrist, a judge declared him competent. Prosecutors have not said whether they plan to pursue the death penalty if Mendoza is convicted.
March honors victims of violent crimes and their families. People in California City paused to remember 5 people killed and several others still missing under suspicious circumstances. At a vigil last night, family members made their calls for justice and answers on their loved ones' unsolved murders. One father traveled all the way from Tacoma, Washington to be there for his son who was murdered 5 years ago.
I come down to be here tonight. I want to state my opinion on this. I want people to know I love my son and I miss him. And I wish somebody would come forth and talk, tell the police what they know.
Law enforcement and District Attorney Cynthia Zimmer were also at the vigil to stand with the families of the victims. The event ended with a release of balloons in memory of the victims. At the event, Cal City police officials announced they've employed a retired Los Angeles Sheriff's Department detective who worked for Homicide for 30 years to work on these 8 unsolved cases. Chief Eric Hurtado says he plans to hire 2 more detectives for a dedicated homicide unit who will only focus on these unsolved cases. California City PD has long struggled to investigate these cases because of understaffing issues.
It's 5:04 now. The Bakersfield police officers will be on the lookout for people driving under the influence this weekend. BPD is holding a DUI checkpoint tomorrow night. It will start at 6 o'clock and run until 2 a.m. Sunday. BPD wants to remind people DUI does not mean just alcohol. It's any substance that can impair your driving. As we've reported, even though BPD doesn't announce where the checkpoint will be, the department still announces them ahead of time because studies show notices can deter people from driving under the influence.
The Kern County Sheriff's Office is saluting one of their own as he heads into retirement after nearly 30 years on the force. Lieutenant Mark King has been with the department for 28 years. He started off as a sheriff's aide in 1990 in Lerdo. And in 1994, King became a permanent detentions deputy. And 2 years later, a sheriff's deputy. KCSO's Facebook page included this hashtag, "This is what service looks like." Congratulations, Lieutenant King, and thank you for your service and dedication to our county.
5:05 now. Several Kern County organizations are once again teaming up to help feed those in need. This morning, the Community Action Partnership of Kern Food Bank, also known as CAP-K, Self-Help Federal Credit Union, and KGET will be distributing food to anyone in need. This is video of a previous distribution. Today's event starts at 9 a.m. across from the downtown KGET station at 22nd and I Streets. Community members will be able to collect food, and a resource fair will also be set up for all of those who attend. It was a reunion one local family thought wouldn't happen, but thanks to a local credit union, a dying grandmother was reunited with her beloved granddaughter one more time. Tabitha was there to capture the touching story.
That's right. Strata Credit Union, formerly known as Kern Federal Credit Union, decided to grant 70 wishes in our community to celebrate the 70th anniversary of the business. And this is wish number 8.
I'm so excited.
Letitia James is waiting for the woman who raised her grandmother, Beatrice Bryant.
She's 91. She's raised 13 of her own, and then she raised me also from birth. And she is the strongest person I know.
She is going to be so happy to see Tisha because she always asks us about her, and she wonders how she's doing, and when will I see her again?
James hasn't seen her grandmother in about 10 years.
Excitement, nervous, I'm going to try not to cry.
But here she stands at Meadows Field, waiting to spend a week with her big mama.
I was like, if there's happy tears, I just won the lottery. Hey, mama!
Sure enough, there were tears.
Don't cry.
All right.
This reunion almost didn't happen. Big Mama's kidneys are failing. She was released from the hospital and is in hospice care. James lives in South Carolina and couldn't afford the trip home.
You know, the family was really concerned that Letitia and Beatrice weren't able to see each other one more time before Beatrice passed on. So when we saw that wish, we said we had to grant it.
It was a complete surprise. Big Mama had no idea.
Oh, it's wonderful.
A final wish of a dying woman granted.
It's going to be a good week. Very good week.
I think it is going to be a good week. Strata Credit Union has 62 wishes left to grant. You can follow Strata on Facebook and Instagram to see the other wishes they grant, or submit a wish of your own inside of one of their branches or at stratacu.org.
It's so cool that they're doing this, and I mean, we can't wait to see what else they do throughout the year.
They've got a lot more to go, so.
All right, welcome back. We're getting ready for another barbecue. Next Wednesday, we're teaming up with the Bakersfield Homeless Center to raise money for families in need. This is video from last year. You can drive through the KGET parking lot and pick up a box lunch with a burger, chips, cookie, and a drink, all for $5. For another $5, you can enter a raffle to win a 60-inch TV and Blu-ray player. If my husband doesn't buy all of those tickets first, that is. So join us Wednesday, the 17th. The barbecue is from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. You can find our station at the corner of 22nd and M Streets. And if you want to buy more than 10 lunches, just call ahead by Tuesday, 322-9199. And we'll make sure that we have them all ready to go for you when you drive through. So you can call that again by Tuesday if you have a big order. Otherwise, just stop by and see us.
Welcome back in your 17 Health Watch. Is a different kind of egg hunt that might just make your head itch. The Lice Clinics of America is hosting its 4th annual Great Lice Egg Hunt nationwide. And the Bakersfield Lice Clinic of America office is participating. They'll be offering free head lice screenings and treatments, giving away lice detection combs, and sharing information about the life cycle of lice. The event is part of an effort to help remove the negative stigma about head lice and dispel myths about how they spread. It's all happening tomorrow from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. at the Lice Clinics of America Bakersfield office on F Street.
A Kern County healthcare provider is getting ready to officially kick off construction at its newest location. Clinica Sierra Vista is building a new walk-in clinic and behavioral health center in Delano. This is video from a different clinic opening last year. Clinica is breaking ground at the new site today at 11. It will be located on Dover Parkway, just a few blocks off the 99. Once open, the clinic will take walk-ins daily from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. This will be the third walk-in clinic for Clinica Sierra Vista here in Kern County. The healthcare provider also has locations in Fresno County. New this morning, a growing number of young children are treated in emergency rooms after swallowing potentially dangerous items. Erica Edwards explains which objects little ones are most likely to get their hands on.
They're shiny and fit easily into small hands. Pennies, by far the objects most likely to attract curious toddlers who accidentally swallow the coins and are then rushed to the hospital.
This study really highlights the need for increased vigilance in the home or anywhere that children are present.
Researchers at Nationwide Children's Hospital in Columbus found that between 1995 and 2015, nearly 800,000 kids under age 6 were seen in an emergency room after consuming some kind of foreign object, like coins, toys, jewelry, nails and screws, and, perhaps most dangerous, button batteries.
These are those really small batteries that you find in watches, hearing aids, various remotes.
When swallowed, batteries can burn a hole in a child's esophagus. Button battery-related emergency visits more than doubled over the study period, making it crucial for electronic devices containing those batteries to be kept up and out of kids' reach. Erica Edwards, NBC News.
Researchers say this study is probably underestimating the number of kids injured after swallowing objects since they only looked at those treated in emergency rooms. And I have seen a wall before at Madera Children's Hospital of the things that kids swallow, and it blew me away because they are like adult-sized toothbrushes on there and all kinds of crazy things you cannot imagine that kids would swallow or be able to swallow. Kids amaze me every day, though.
Every day.
I
would say that. I mean, I got a crown stuck in my nose one year, and that was pretty hard.
There you go.
So.
If the clock is ticking, Monday is the last day to file your taxes. If you need to get them done, it may not be too late to get some help. Today, from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m., the United Way will host Tacos and Taxes in its parking lot. Families that earn $60,000 or less can file their taxes for free and enjoy some tacos, too. No appointment necessary, but for more information, you can call the numbers on your screen. Customers of a Walmart outside Bakersfield city limits are fed up, saying the store appears to be charging a higher than allowed tax rate. We sent KGET's Aton Wallace to this Oildale neighborhood Walmart market near Chester and Day Avenues to investigate. Katie McGosland was shopping, and he asked to see her purchases and receipt. Sure enough, the tax rate on those taxable items was 8.25%. Well, the city of Bakersfield sales tax rate recently went from 7.25 to 8.25%. That only applies to the city, not to county areas like Oildale, where the rate is 7.25%. This specific Walmart is outside Bakersfield city limits.
It kind of irritates me because even though it may be just a penny or two or whatever, those add up.
We added it. 17 News reached out to Walmart for comment. A representative said they're working on getting back to us. If you're planning a hotel stay this summer, better pack some extra cash. Prices are on the rise. And one of the most annoying ways hotels make more, adding fees on everything from beach towels to the morning paper. But there are ways to avoid the fee frenzy. Here's some advice from Money reporter Stacey Johnson.
Getting ready for that summer vacation, you know that one of your biggest expenses is going to be a hotel room. You can easily pay hundreds a night. Of course, not everybody pays that much.
We were staying at a hotel now that would have been like $700 a week. They dropped it to $359 a week.
But even if you get a deal on the rate, that doesn't mean you're in the clear, because hotels have started doing what airlines do, tacking on extra fees to try to make extra money. Many charge for the internet, Parking, sending or receiving a package, an in-room safe, phone calls from your room, resort fees, towel fees, newspaper in the morning. The list is as long as it is sneaky. So how do you avoid fees? Well, step one is to check it out before you check it in. Then request a manager and ask to have them waived. But the best way to avoid extra fees? That's simple. Avoid the giant chains that charge them.
We don't charge a resort fee. We don't charge an energy fee. We don't charge for wireless internet. We don't charge for parking. We don't charge for local telephone calls. We don't charge for beach towels, beach chairs, beach umbrellas. We don't have any extra charges for anything whatsoever.
Small hotels like this are not only less likely to charge hidden fees, they're more likely to provide a unique experience. Bottom line, if you're going to stay in a hotel this summer, be aware of hidden fees. Ask about them before you check in. Don't be afraid to challenge them when you check out. And if you want to avoid them altogether, try a mom and pop hotel. Want some quick tips and links to save on hotels? Then head to MoneyTalksNews.com and just do a search for travel. For Money Talks News, I'm Stacey Johnson.
Money Talks is brought to you by your local consumer credit counseling service. If you've got debt problems or just want some free budget counseling, call today.
Thanks for listening to the podcast of 17 News at Sunrise. It's a 15-minute summary of everything you need to know about Kern County. There's a new episode every weekday.